Haye in his nice leather hat there, talking, I think, an awful lot of sense, Richie. What was surprised me about this fight, and what surprised a lot of people, is it became a bit of a loving. We expected them to go off at each other, and it's just been this great, rounds of mutual respect.
Yeah, great for the game, though, These guys, both of them are very, very confident in their own ability. They're both, they're noted knockout punchers. They feel that they can both win this fight by knockout. You hear David Haye there, very, very confident, says that Enzo hasn't been hit as hard, what he's going to hit, how he's going to hit him. And Enzo himself, exactly, Enzo says exactly the same thing. It's who lands that big shot and who recovers from it, Steve. It's all, this fight is going to be all about who can recover from the punch.
Well, we know Enzo has been down a couple of times, and we know David Haye's been down a couple of times. The first time against Lolenga Mock, I don't really count that one, but a heavy knockdown against Mormek and came back. I'm not so convinced, Rich, they're going to meet head-on. I think one or both of them might do a bit of boxing.
Oh, exactly, yeah. They're both, might go back to the old amateur days where they're getting behind that jab, Haye was a great amateur, boxed Cubans and all sorts of people as an international. So, and Enzo Maccarinelli himself, when he first started out, lovely jab. So, yeah, it could be a boxing match to start with, setting each other up for that big shot. The one thing I worry about Haye is the weight. He said after that Mormek fight he was going up to heavyweight.
Because he's already been at heavy,
he walks around 16 and a half stone, Steve. He's big, mate, innit? As you know.
Listen, I wish... listen, I'd have to cut my leg off to hobble around at 16 and a half stone, thin boy.
And he's got to boil down to 14.4, I'll tell you.
Although he said when we did something with him before Christmas, he said then he'd only gained a couple of pounds, and it was a week... it was a month after the fight. So perhaps he's maintained the weight differently this time, perhaps.
Perhaps, but...
You don't believe it, do you?
No, I don't, because he seemed so sure after that Mormek fight that he's got to go up to heavyweight. He said, I can't make the weight. He said, I felt weak in that fourth round when I went down. My legs went. There was nothing there. I've got to move up. When he's saying those type of things, I don't know. It really is. There's a question mark if he can make the weight and be strong at the weight.
Well, we're pleased he did. It's the Battle of Britain. Richie, the countdown has begun. It's the Battle of Britain. Fireworks. What's going to happen the first round? And then tell me who's going to win. Come on, Rich. It's a bit of pressure. You can handle it.
A bit of pressure. I think, as you've said, it's going to be a boxing match literally for maybe the first couple of rounds, just feeling each other out with that jab. One of them is going to land a big shot early, and it's if the other can recover. This fight could end with one shot. It really could. Who can recover from it and come back at it? It's just, there's so many different questions, Steve. It's a tough one to call. Both men can win it with one shot.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think it's the man that can control his heart. Richie, thank you. Now, Haye Maccarinelli, you think it doesn't get any better than that? Well, you're wrong, because we've got plenty here on Setanta that's as good. And you know what? Some of it might even be better.